Hi guys, today I'm going to go over my experience of taking a course at the Cordon Bleu in Paris. So while I was in Paris, I wanted to take a whole bunch of pastry and different types of courses. I went with 3 different companies just to test them all out and see what they were all like. And of course I came across Le Cordon Bleu and they did do day classes. The only one that was going to be going on at the time that I was there was a sauces course. So I was super excited to be able to sign up for this. It was more pricey for sure than any of the other courses, but there are plus and minuses to all of them actually. But today we'll just be focusing on the Le Cordon Bleu. So you get there and it is a beautiful space, state-of-the-art workspace. Everyone has their own stove, just a very professional looking kitchen. You're paired up with someone else. And so you guys work together on one stove, and then you have the chef at the front. The course was a full, I think it was about 4 to 6 hours. So it was a good full day course. When I got there was a variety of different people. You had people there that have their own restaurants, or they're chefs, or they're just home cooks, and just hobbyists as well. There's a lot more attitudes at the Le Cordon Bleu place with regards to the other 2 places, which were a little bit more touristy. Not touristy, but more tourists go to the other ones that I went to, whereas here you get people measuring sticks on what they do and what they don't do and what they know and what they don't know. So I found that very annoying, but not everyone was like that. There were some very nice people there as well. The swag was worth it in every way. So we were given a beautiful cooler bag with Le Cordon Bleu. You had your apron, you had your hat, you had a dish towel as well. So like you got kitted out, and it was just really cool stuff to go home with. The food that you cook with was amazing, as you can expect, because this was a sauces course. We obviously had to have the sauce on something, so we ended up having beef, chicken, and something else. I can't remember. Because the beef and chicken stood out so much for me because it was the best steak I've ever made, ever in my life. And so it was beautiful. So we made the sauces, then we had the steak. We were shown how to cook the steak and the chicken properly on the stove top. And what was really good for me, since I was staying there for a little while and I was staying with a friend, was people were either there for just the day, or their place didn't have any place to warm anything up and whatnot. So a couple people gave me their whatever they cooked so I could take it home. So I had meals for a few days, which was great. There were a few things that were very annoying. I think because they were trying to be very hoity and just very French. They introduced the chef, and they had sous chefs and that to help everyone along, and then they had a translator. The translator, translated everything. She said that the chef didn't speak any English, that she had to translate everything, and that to just follow along. Okay, fine, great, no problem. Well, the translator was slow, and so you missed steps because the chef was going so quickly on everything, and you had to make everything on the timings. The translator was sometimes a little bit distracted or talking to someone, and she was just very late on some of her marks of when we should be doing stuff and when she should be translating everything. So I found that super annoying, having to go through a translator, especially when the chef would go around and check on all of us. He spoke perfect English. The outcome of the course, we learned a lot, which was great. We got a recipe book with everything, but the thing with that, which was very difficult since everything was going on times, was you basically just got the ingredients in the book, and you had to write down all the steps as you went through them, but we had no time to write down the steps. So you have a lot of blanks of what should be done, when should be done, and how much, and that. So I think that was a downfall. The other thing would highly recommend people do when they do cooking courses is to video it, which I didn't do, but I do now, is to video your steps. Like even just bring like a mini tripod or whatever, set it up, and then just press your phone to record. And then that way you can see the steps that you're doing and what you're doing, so you can remember when you get home. Because as soon as you leave the place, you usually forget everything that you learned and you have no idea how to do it. So I would highly recommend you definitely film it, just your hands and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like a wide shot. As much as there were things that annoyed me with going to Cordon Bleu, I still would go back and I still would recommend it, because it is such a really cool experience and you do get your money's worth out of it. So I hope this inspires you to go try some cooking classes wherever you are. And if you are in Paris or somewhere else that Le Cordon Bleu is, do give it a chance. I know it is a little bit more expensive than other ones, but it is quite the experience to have. I'll put the link to the day courses that you can take at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris. And what's really cool actually is I am in one of the photos for one of the courses. They had a photographer there that day that we were doing our course, and I ended up being in one of the photos on their website. So super cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next Monday. Talk to you later.